Hi everybody, it's MA. I haven't really been doing deck tags, but Moonlit Tarot did a video maybe 10 days ago or so about top 10 pip decks, about modern pip decks. And I've been really loving watching the VRs because I'm seeing a lot of decks I haven't seen before. And as I think I watched maybe four, her original video and then a few more. And I'm seeing that my favorite pip decks, a lot of them haven't even been mentioned yet. So yeah, I'm going to do my top 10, what we're calling modern pip decks, so not really the historical reproduction so much. So I'm going to kick us off with two honorable mentions. Um, One is the Wild Unknown, just because it seems like one of the OG modern pips. Um, but it's out there. If anybody is relatively new and hasn't seen this one around yet, you can find all kinds of walkthroughs. But that's kind of like the OG. So I just wanted to give that one a hello. My other honorable mention is Novo Mundi's Bacus Tarot. And the reason I'm giving it honorable mention is I haven't used it yet. I got this at the end of last year and I've put it aside to let myself play with it when I can and read with it when I can give it more attention. Yeah, so those are the two honorable mentions. And then I'll kick it. I think I'm going to go kind of in chronological order of, I guess, my life with pips, or pip hooray. I don't know if we're going to really call this a pip deck, but this was the first pip-ish deck I got back when it was on Kickstarter. And I remember being a little nervous that it didn't have the traditional illustrations on the minors, but I actually found that these more pip-ish minors helped me learn some of the minors better. This is the 4 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 5 of Cups. So they're still illustrated, but they're not as much depicting. Like this one to me is more pip-ish. This 8 of Swords, which is 8 pairs of scissors, 5 of Wands. So yeah, this is the deck that really, it helped me learn. I think not having the people in the minors really helped me learn the Wade Smith system better, and also it gave me a little more confidence about reading with less stuff. Then there were decks that I picked up that were pippy and I wasn't ready for them, so some of them I didn't read with for a while. Anyway, this was one of them, Self-Love Tarot by Hannah Tricor. I believe this shipped from Poland. It was a Kickstarter, I want to say in 2020. I don't know if it's still available. And apologies in advance, we're going to be looking at a lot of indie decks, and I don't know if they're all still around. So this one's so colorful. I don't know if you can catch. All the gold stuff is very reflective. So even the majors are on the sparer side. I love this Hermit card. And then we get to the minors. I would say they're kind of pippy, right? They're not depicting a scene. So the 2 of Wands, the arms are the wands. The 3, it's kind of branching off the human's head. The 4, they're holding them. Then we get to a more pippish 5. So the people come and go in the minors. Then this is the 6 of Cups, very pippy. But then the 7, there's a person again. Then the 8 is just the cup. So yeah, this is like in the middle zone of pip for me, but it's colorful, it's kind of happy, it's very modern. So I really like this deck a lot. It's kind of a happy deck too. So yeah, Self-Love Tarot. I don't see people talking about that one. And I think it goes to show you too, like the way decks come and go, and there's some that everyone talks about, and there's some, and this will keep happening, right, that are really great decks, and I guess just like buy what you love. Buy what you love, and it might not stick around if they're indie, or it might be everyone's favorite deck. You can't control that. Okay. Next. Two mass markets next. This is a Fournier deck, Tarot El Dios de los Tres. This is, I would call this one chaotic pips. This is another really colorful definitely sensory overload. I think the creator, whose name's not on the box, so I forgot, is a tattoo artist, I believe from Spain maybe. This gives you a vibe of the color scheme if you don't know this deck. There are deities and references from all over the place. We've got Ganesha, we've got a yokai, a unicorn, some kind of Greek-ish thing, dice, stars, revolvers, the zodiac. There's a lot going on. And when we get to the minors, again, I would say they are pips in that they don't describe a scene, but they're not sparse pips at all. This is the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands with a little owl, dice, and teeth. 5 of Wands. Show you another suit. 5 of Cups. 6 of Cups is a more pippish, kind of more traditional pip arrangement. 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Again, you know, some nods here and there to traditional, some just kind of making a lovely arrangement. 6 of Pentacles. I love this deck. I use it a lot. The box is worn out. I carry this one in my bag a lot. I use this one at work. People like it. Yeah, so Tarot El Dios de los Tres. It's a Fournier deck, readily available, mass market, super fun, pips. Next one I think I have seen someone bring up, and that is the Radiant Tarot, another mass market deck. Apologies, I didn't pull the book and I don't have it in its box, so I can't tell you the creators' names. Mass market deck. I think we call these pips with feelings. They're not like in a Marseille arrangement. We've got the 3, but we have the boat reference from the Smith-Waite. Flowers with the 4, birds kind of, you know, going at it a little in the 5, the laurel wreath on the 6, Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, Swords, the 2 of Swords crossed, the 3 through a heart, Pentacles, the 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I find that this deck reads really well. And one thing, I don't know if that's apparent, but the suits are color coded. So when you lay out a spread and the minors all have a different color, it's really easy to see what's happening with your cards, which makes it good. I don't know, that I just like that. It's when you're looking at a larger spread, for me, it kind of helps me hone in on what's happening on a larger level. So that's the Radiant Tarot. Let's see, what should we do next? How about some Marseille style stuff? I have 3 of those. At least one person has showed. It's the Gay Marseille by Charlie Burgess. This is another deck I've read with it a lot. I think it reads really well. I tend to use it in summer. Maybe it's because of the color scheme. Just delightful. Just love it. And the minors are in, you know, pretty traditional arrangements, but with a lot of detail added. Look in this 4. The flower stems are also paintbrushes that are dipped in paint. 3 of Cups, the cups are singing, blossoming, hands, twirly straws, drink umbrellas, eyeballs in the 7 of Cups. Let's see, hypodermic and, well, we'll talk about that later. The Swords and the Pentacles, the 6 with these outreaching hands, reaching in, reaching toward each other. So I find that this is a good reader for me. I don't have traditional Marseille knowledge or study backing me up, but I feel like I can read it. And the deck came or comes, I think this one's still available, comes with this little card with keywords for the numerology, and that is helpful to me to kind of pick that keyword and then apply it to the element to start. Just if I'm doing a reading where I'm slowing down enough to think about that and try not to immediately zoom into Smith-Waite meanings. I like that. Anyway, that is the game Marseille. The next one is an indie deck that was a Kickstarter that I didn't back, and I later picked this up. It was available on Etsy at a reasonable cost for a long time. I bought it used from someone. It's the Moonlit Hermit. This is a Marseille deck made out of collage and cut paper by Jay Swafford. And it's Marseille inspired, but there's a specific system it goes to. Sorry, I'm being vague, but I just don't remember all these things. Yeah, so there's a combination of collage, and then a lot of this paper was cut with a razor or like a blade. So paper cut and then photographed. That's the death card, star. Then it came with some extra cards. Okay, Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, Three of Wands. So I'm definitely getting a modern vibe from this. It's a little strange. This 6 with all these skeletons. 7. Just trying to show you some of each suit. The cups. We have the 4 cups. 5 of cups. There were recurring skeletons throughout. 6 of cups. 7. King. The sword suit has language on it. A lot of it's in Latin. 2, 3, 4 of swords, 5 of swords, and then some pentacles or discs. The 2 in this pretty traditional arrangement. The 3, 4, 5, and that is the Moonlit Hermit, which is a pretty cool deck, I think. I don't use it a lot. And you know, it's funny, I commented on somebody's VR. Last year it seemed like oracles were in the air, and I'm wondering if 2026, if the pips are in the air for us here. Let's see what happens. One more Marseille-ish thing is the Tarot of the Drowning World. This deck and I don't know what we're doing together yet. And yet I can't get myself to part with it yet because it's so gorgeous. The cards are enormous. These backs are just stunning. And this is the deck if you haven't seen it. The images were photographed floating in water at the artists, where the artists live in upstate New York. So these people in the majors are floating in this vat out in there. You're dressed in these costumes in the water, and it's so beautiful. And then we get to the pips, and we have these similar, they're floating, and we have these arrangements. The 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups. There's a lot of other things, you know, in the water with the cups. 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 6 of Swords. These are like scythes, rusty scythes in the water. 7, 8, and then the Pentacles. So I find this to just be an absolutely beautiful deck that I have not found a way to read with. Maybe there's just too much visually in the cards. I just like to take them out and look at them. I do have the book, which I haven't read, and maybe that's the answer, is to spend some time with the book and, you know, dedicate some time to this deck. But it's a beauty. Last I know, it was still available from them on their website. Three more. I didn't count. I hope I counted right. This one, the Blue Earth Tarot by Allison Davies. This was created using cyanotype, and also I think there was something to do with some photographs that were her grandmother's that were cut up, like inside this shape of the Fool are these photographs of wolves and animals. So even the majors are a little on the sparer side. This is the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, and the minors are branches. That's hard to see. 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands. The cups are raindrops. 3 cups, 4 cups, 5 cups, 6 cups. The swords are clouds. We've got 4, 5, 6. And the pentacles are hands. 4, 5, 6. And when I lay out a reading with these cards together, it's the most calming, peaceful. Like if I'm really kind of having a struggle, I use this deck. It's just a beautiful reader for a very quiet reading. Okay, next one, Abstract Futures, Hilma's Ghost. Hilma's Ghost is 2 artists collaborating. I'm not going to get their last names right. It's Danielle and Shar Termister. I can give you more information about them. This deck they originally created kind of during COVID. They were working on the drawings together and the deck together. And then I think it was first sold at the Armory show in New York. And for a while their gallery was selling it. I don't know if they still have it available. I mean, these are, true fine artists who are also engaged in, these practices that made this deck together. So it is completely abstract. The majors are all abstract. If you're ever in Grand Central Station in New York City, the entrance that's off 42nd Street, as Danielle put it, near the Foot Locker, they have, they won one of the commissions for a giant glass mural. That's an installation of their art, and it is just absolutely stunning, and it's charged with magic and all kinds of good stuff. So if you're near, go look at it. Okay, wands. So you can see Pippish and abstract. 4 wands, 5 wands, and it's also color coded. The cups are just these kind of basic shapes. But see, then you get the 3 and you think it's so abstract, but it's almost laid out like a table, like a dinner table. Let's see, swords are pointy. 5 of swords, 6 of swords, 7 of swords. And then the pentacles are in this darker color. So yeah, Abstract Futures by Hilma's Ghost. I love this deck. I think it's just beautiful. I don't use it, I use it for like more magical purposes. But I love it. And the last one as a modern pip deck is by Logan at Larkin Legend, the Black Salt Tarot. You might be familiar with their Oracle decks, Black Salt, Pink Salt, Oracles, and also Lenormands. This was a different project as a tarot deck. So again, pretty pippy, black cards, holographic, blingy. That's the Fortitude Strength card. Swords. I'll try to get you some of each of the... these are the wands. They're like fairy wands with the star on top. The pentacles are coins. The 10 with this kind of overgrowth of roses. The world card. What are we missing? Let's find some cups. That's the 9 of cups. The cups are these vials. This is the Judgment or the Calling card in this case. Yeah, so I'm actually using this deck this month, and it's funny that this tag came out because I was suddenly just called to pull out Pip Decks. I had used Spirit Keepers for the month of January, and I almost pulled out Marielle, and then I couldn't handle another deck that had so much information, and I was just really called to pull out all my Pip Decks. So yeah, I just thought I would share these. I'm really intrigued by what everyone's showing in their VRs. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.